Now, the another characteristics of the Indian parliamentary system, that is the leader of majority party become the prime minister. He or she select candidates for ministerial position from among his her colleagues. Now here we learn the party who gets the majority in the parliament, they can form the government, and the leader of the particular party, the leader of the particular party become the prime minister, or he or she selects the candidate for ministerial, or for the he has a right to select the ministers from among his or her colleagues, those have elected in the elections. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers chosen by the Prime Minister together form the executive in the parliamentary system of government. In parliamentary system, the executive has a dual responsibilities. As an executive, they have to implement laws. As they are the members of the legislature, they also have to fulfill responsibility of the legislature. And now here in this we learn that the prime minister and the council of choose the ministers, or the council of ministers chosen by the prime minister together form the executive. Together they forms the executive. And this, in this parliamentary system of the government, the parliamentary system, executive has a dual responsibility, and this executive has the dual responsibilities, which are that first, as an executive they have to implement laws, it is their work. Executive or this council of the ministers, they form the executive, and this executive has its own responsibility, that is, and as an executive they have to implement laws. Second, as they are the members of the legislature, they also have to fulfill responsibility of the legislature. These two are the responsibilities of these executives, or the chosen ministers and the prime minister. First of all, they have to fulfill the responsibilities of the legislature, they are elected, and it is their responsibility to fulfill the to have to fulfill the responsibilities. And first they have to implement the laws in the country. These are the responsibilities of the government or the minister chosen by the prime minister. These ministers together form the executive, and these are their responsibilities. Now the prime minister and the council of ministers is responsible to the legislature for all their actions and policies. It means that the council of ministers has to work with the legislature. It is for the reason that the parliamentary system is known as a responsible system of government. Now here, when these ministers they form the government, then some of the responsibilities they have to fulfill, and in it first they need, for all their actions and policies, they, it means that the council of ministers has to work with the legislature, or the persons those makes laws. And this council of ministers and the prime minister, or we can say in single word government, they needs to follow all the actions and policies. It it is for the reason that the parliamentary system is known as the responsible system of government. And this parliamentary system this parliamentary system is also known as the responsible system of government. Another distinct characteristic of parliamentary system to government is collective responsibility. Decision taken by any ministry department is considered as decision of the government. The entire council of ministers is responsible for the decision. In the next two chapters, we will see with examples how the principle of collective responsibility is brought into practice. Now here, responsible system of government, or the council of ministers, or this government or the council of minister is responsible for legislature assembly. Or another very important characteristic of parliamentary system of the government is collective responsibility, means collective response. Here, if the decision is taken by the educational department, then this decision will be considered as the decision of government, the decision taken by any ministry or department. Suppose health department, agriculture department, education department, if they took the decision, is considered as a decision of the government. This decision will be considered as a decision of whole government, not only the particular department, but this decision will be considered as a decision of government. The entire council of minister is responsible for the decision, and the entire council, entire departments, or the entire council of ministers, they will be responsible for the particular decision. And about this decisions, about the responsibility of the department or ministry, in the next two chapters we will learn in details with the examples of collective responsibilities brought into practice. Collective responsibility means though the different departments are there for the convenience of administration, then also they will be responsible for all the decision. It will consider as a decision of whole government. So it is known as the collective responsibility, and in the next two chapters we will learn it in details.